Hello beautiful YouTube people, so yeah, back with another video. If you haven't guessed already, this is going to be a Facechart tutorial. If you're not aware of what Facecharts are what makeup artists use to design makeup looks. If you go to a counter like MAC or Illamasqua, you'll be given a Facechart afterwards with your look on it. So, the look we're going to be doing today is this one, and for me this is like my most basic of basic Facecharts. It's like a really simple nude bridal look. The reason I've chosen now to do a Facechart tutorial is the makeup show for their upcoming makeup show in Orlando are actually running a Facechart competition, so I figured I'd share a little know-how, and yeah. On the topic of competitions, my competition for the 100 lip Liptarstein glosses has actually been extended to the end of August. The reason for that being I haven't actually had enough entries to give away all 100. So if you want a free lip gloss, enter the competition, the link will be below. I will also include a step-by-step breakdown of this tutorial with photos on my blog. Again, the link will be below. All that said and done, yeah, I love you all, so stick around and watch the tutorial. Okay, so to get started, I'm going to be using a fluffy brush with malt eyeshadow from MAC, and just using that to hollow out the temple and the cheekbone of the Facechart. I prefer fluffy brushes for this just because they give a much softer blend. If you go in with flat brushes, you're going to start getting harsher lines. We will be using flat brushes for some parts, just not for the initial contour. Now, if you're doing this working on a counter, you're going to have a set amount of time to give a Facechart to a customer. So if I was back in the day when I was on a counter, what I would do is contour it beforehand and have lashes and brows already on it. That way I could just do eyes and lips and be done. Right now I'm just going in with Quarry eyeshadow from MAC just to deepen up the contours of the face. So right under the cheekbone, then blending it out with malt, and then I'll be using that in the temple as well. There's no real set way to do these, it's just whatever you prefer. This is how I do them. And then going in with the flatter brush and malt, just starting to work down the bridge of the nose. Blending that out with the fluffy brush. And then we'll go in with Quarry and deepen up the inner corner of that again. But yeah, if you do Facecharts, why not post a video response with photos of yours? I'd like to see them. I love doing Facecharts. I find it really, really relaxing. Some people absolutely hate them. You can see here I'm just using molten Quarry on a tiny brush just to give the nose some shape. Adding in the fulcrum on the top lip. And then giving a little highlight to the top lip. And then just rounding off the tip of the nose and blending everything together. Next I think I'm about to start the eye, yep. So going in with Mylar eyeshadow, just to give a good base for everything to blend over. You're going to want to use this all around the eye. Then with a smaller brush, starting off with Quarry in the crease. And then just blend that out. And on the eyes, I always find it easier to add a tiny bit and then add to it. Because if you just go in with too much product to begin with, it's going to end up a big, nasty, blotchy mess. And you can see I'm just adding Quarry and blending and adding and blending. And it's just like doing normal makeup, it's all about blending. Just taking a little bit of Quarry through the bridge of the nose there. And then some Quarry under the eye. Now I'm taking some black from Inglot and just using that to deepen up the crease. Again, adding a tiny bit, blending it, and then adding a tiny bit more and blending it some more. Taking some on the lower lid, just on the outer corner. And then taking some espresso eyeshadow from MAC. Just going to mark out the eyebrow with a thin pointed brush. Now that I have a template, I'm just going to take that shadow, grind a little bit off, and mix it with some clear lip tar from OCC. And then just use it like a paint to paint the eyebrow on. Always remember, when you're wetting a product to put on paper, it's going to go on a lot darker than you expect it, but it will dry down to its original colour. So don't panic. It's okay. And just using tiny brush strokes to look like hair. I always leave a little bit with no product just to look like a highlight on the brow. Because if you've ever looked at someone's brows, if they have naturally thick brows, the hair catches light and gets like a shine band. And then just with some of the eyeshadow dry, blending that through. Brow done. Bringing the contour down to meet the brow. And then moving on to eyeliner, I'm using Point Black liquid liner from MAC. And I'm using a tiny lip brush I got from Inglot. And what I do first is sketch the upper shape of the liner, because that's the bit that you need to get really sharp. And with tiny amounts of product on the brush. And then I'll flip the chart upside down to sketchy inside. Oh, sketchy inside. Yeah, I like the sketchy inside shape. Sketch the inside shape of the eyeliner. And just even it out. Don't panic if the liner on your two eyes isn't completely even, because these face charts aren't even, so there's always going to be a little bit off. And you can see there I just used a little bit of black pen just to sharpen up the edge. And then with the rubber, taking off any smudges on the cheek. And then blending in malt. So next step is lashes. I like this little tiny craft brush I got from Craft World. And just using Point Black again and using really light strokes just to fill in lashes. I always start with the lines going straight up from the middle of the eye and then flicking off to either side. And then for the bottom you want them a lot wispier, so have a lot less product on your brush and use much lighter strokes. And then we're going to go in with the darker eyeshadow just to match up the two eyes. So going in with Quarry and a little bit of corduroy. Oh wait, we're colouring in the eye first, forgot about that. This is corduroy. And then Fascinating Eye Coal. Just do a dash on either side and blend that in with Q-tip. Or a clean brush. I realised that brush wasn't clean whenever I started, so I switched to a Q-tip. Just to give the eyes a bit of a glassier look. And then using black pen just to give the iris a bit more definition. Now we're going in with the darker eyeshadow under the eye. Just to even out the two sides. And then blending that out. So you can see eyes don't take all that long to do on a face chart. Next step I believe is lips. I'm going to go in with Strip Down Lip Liner from MAC. This is one of my favourite lips on most makeups. It's just stripped down all of the lip with a gloss over it. And you can see I've just outlined the lip, added a second line on the upper lip, and then going in with a tiny lip brush and some clear lip tar, just start blending that through. And the lip tar is just going to give the pencil some movement so you can blend it. Because if you just try to blend it with a dry brush, it's going to end up a horrible mess. And you can see I've left a clear white patch on the top lip to give it a glossy finish. Blending out the liner on the bottom lip. And I'm going to leave a white teardrop in the middle of the lip where we're going to add some texture and shine as well. So a little bit of liner on your hand with some clear lip tar. Just start flicking down into the white area. Just to give it a bit more shape. Because lips aren't perfectly smooth unless you're one of those freaks that like uses too much lip balm. I don't know. And then going in with a little bit of mystery eyeshadow, Just adding a bit more shade between the lips and in the centre of the bottom lip, just to make them look a bit more full and pouty. And yeah. Here I've done a little smudge by accident. I dropped my brush, so just using a little bit of the eyeshadows just to blend over it and kind of disguise it a bit. Once you've hit cream on powder, it's very hard to get it off, so your best bet's just to try and disguise it. And there you have it, one finished face chart. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and let me know if you'd like to see more. Thanks and bye! Hey everyone, so today it's very quick and easy tip on how to work with the OCC stain glosses. I'm going to show you how to get this lip using